What's going on, guys? It's Charlie with Mountain Man Digital, back again, hitting you with some serious knowledge. I am going to show you guys today the step-by-step workflow and process that we use here at Mountain Man Digital to help clients grow their online presence on a month-to-month basis. Okay? And this is going to be very different than like the daily workflow of a business owner or something like that I sometimes talk about when we're discussing how to make content, how to make sure that you keep working to make sure you continuously grow your online presence, stuff like that. It's going to be very different from that because what we're going to do is take the one day a week or one day a month where we play chess, not checkers, as I like to say. Okay, so this is going to be tactical stuff that we look at to make sure that your site performs the best it possibly can, and the work that everybody does to make that site perform well gets the most ROI. Okay, so the first place you always start when you're doing something like this is you're going to look at your own website, right? Do a quick look through it. Make sure that all the links work. Make sure that it looks nice. Take a look at it on a cell phone. Okay, take a minute and go onto your site using a cell phone, because that will tell you more than pretty much anything you'll look at on a desktop computer, right? Like my site looks good enough on a desktop computer, but how does it look on a phone, right? I can't show you guys that right now because we're not on a phone, we're on my desktop. But anyway, so as you can see, all these buttons work. You can go ahead and schedule a call with me by clicking on Get Started. Everything seems to work. Book a strategy session leads to the same place. Very, very good, right? The site works fine. Always the first place you start. You do a little structural work. Then after that, you want to look into your Google Analytics. I think it might have me just logged right into the appropriate one. If not, we're just going to look at one for another site. Yes, this is mine. So as you can see, for the month of May, I had 690 users, 706 unique sessions. So I had 700 folks go to my website, right? 96% bounce rate though, up 20%, okay? Now, at this point, it's easy to go, oh man, there's something wrong with my site. I got to go change the home image. I got to do this. I got to change the offer. Maybe I need to do this. Don't jump to conclusions, okay? That is not the intention of this work. The intention of this work is to find out what's going on and then make plans after, okay? So you see, most of these are new visitors, not a lot of returning visitors, which is fine to me. Mostly US, which is perfect. We want US people. Those are the folks who are my customers. So that is excellent, right? Now we can take a look at how we acquire users. Okay, so as you can see, there's actually a fair amount of people who come to my site directly. So they're looking for Mountain Man Digital, and they either search for it or use direct search to find me. Okay. Let's go to the source/medium here, and we can see that the places where this generally comes from is folks either directly search my site, they either go through organic search, okay, so they use Google search. Woo! I missed lunch and it's starting to grind on me. Or they're coming off of Facebook.com, which might very well be where you guys are seeing this video, okay? So this gives me a really good picture of how the site's getting used, right? Then if we take a look here, you can see how many people are looking at it on a desktop, actually 68%, and how many on mobile, about 31. Now, a fair amount of this may very well be just a lot of, for instance, like the Philippines up here, right? 72%. That's because my team's been working on my site, right? They're working on different parts of it. So the next step is to kind of back out a lot of the stuff that isn't useful, right? So for instance, this is my team in the Philippines. 72% of sessions are from them, and then we have another 20 that are just coming from the United States. This 4% probably hackers who live in Bulgaria trying to break into my site, okay? So now we're only talking about 20% of this. So this brings me down to, right, like 100, 150 site hits for the month, okay? And then what we want to do next is take a look at where these people were going, okay? So if you look down here, you can see that a lot of people are just landing on my homepage, okay? Now, that's 650 sessions. And then we have some folks who end up on index.php, right? Because they're using, I think this is this my page speed tracker? No, it doesn't even work. Interesting. I'll need to ask my team about that. I'm not sure what's happening here. We do have a page speed indexing tool that's built into our site, but we haven't used it for years. So you guys are going to watch me try and figure this out for a second. Not working. Interesting. Okay. But then you see you have some folks looking at Capital Land Auto Body, my case study for that company, case study for Inner Strength Chiropractic. So it seems as though case studies are actually getting organic traffic, okay? And that's really good to see. And if we take a look here, you can actually see that there's some other stuff, right? Some people are taking a look at our projects gallery, okay? Some people are taking a look at our scheduler, right? That's like my third or fourth item, is that a lot of people are just scheduling calls with me, okay? So this gives you a good overview of how your site's doing, what type of traffic's landing there. Let's see. I don't think I have enough meaningful traffic here to show you guys. Oh, I do have a behavior overview. We can take a look at this, right? So once again, we got that higher bounce rate. And this is something that I'll probably come back to in a bit. But long and the short, that's how you get a feel of everything using Google Analytics. Now, as I've taken a look through this, the primary problem that I've noticed is bounce rate, right? We have a 96% bounce rate. So that tells me that even though a good number of these users might have just been my team coming in and out of the site, there's a good amount of people who are landing on whatever page, more than likely this page, the scheduler page, or the home page, and they aren't staying, okay? So this gives me two different things that I want to work on. And you're going to find that pretty much with any tactical changes you make in SEO, there's going to be two things you want to focus on. Number one is going to be what's going to make people want to stay. Number two is going to be how do you make Google recognize that it's good, okay? So number one, I think the main thing I need to do is probably change this main image, right? This isn't even me. This is actually just kind of like a general uncopyrighted photo. Not a stock photo, but just a not copyrighted photo with some mountains. So this probably needs to be changed out for some real pictures of me and my team. I bet you that would help 100,000,000%. And I bet you if I added like some testimonials on the scheduling page, that would help like 100%. So like taking a look at how the traffic has acted on my site last month, I think what I need to do next month is focus more on making this site more personalized. Add some more personal images, add some testimonials, and use those to get folks to stay longer, okay? Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to, is this going to send me to it? No. Go to this Google Search Console, okay? Yeah, search.google.com. Interesting. Okay, start now. We'll go ahead and log in. And this is not my site. So this is actually logged in for the wrong user, but I'll walk you through it right here. So what this will show you is how Google Search is actually treating your site. Google Analytics is just kind of a camera that watches the folks that land on your site. Google Search Console will tell you how many times your site showed up on Google for somebody and they scrolled past it. It'll also tell you how many times folks clicked on one of those, okay? So if we go here, you can see that this site has 9.63 thousand impressions per month, and it gets about 100 clicks, 91 clicks per month, Okay, and you can see that this comes from these keywords. Okay, Kevin Holden Tree Service, Kevin Holden, Holden Tree Service, Holden Tree, Berkshire Tree Service Richmond, okay, Tree Trimming Boston, right? All of these are keywords in which they are showing up, right? The one that's most successful, Kevin Holden Tree Service, because they're a popular name around town. So this is a very, very useful thing to give you a feel for where your traffic's coming from and what you might want to grow. So for instance, Berkshire Tree Service, it's getting him 64 impressions, right? But only one person clicked on his site from that keyword. So that tells me that maybe we want to work on the keyword universe Berkshire Tree Service. Okay? Tree trimming, right? 700 impressions, no clicks. So this generally localizes when someone searches for it because you're looking for a service, right? But this didn't actually garner any clicks. So that's another thing that we could probably work on for this tree trimming client. You see that? So this is the next piece that you do, is you try and figure out what direction to point your content next month. Where do you want to go, right? Once you figure that out, write down your strategy. So for me, I'm going to get those personalized pictures on the site. I'm going to put some testimonials on my scheduler page, and I'm going to write some content about how to build websites, because that's what I always do. All right, guys, so I hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a like. Be sure to share it with any other business owners that you think might find it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.